Hi, everyone. Hope you're all well. Just adding this comment here. Hello, how are you? Hope everyone's evening's doing pretty well. Hello, hello.
Hey,
Hi, how
hey,
are you ladies?
honey. Hey, Belle.
Hi, loving the eyeshadow, Danielle.
Oh,
And
look, man.
Brittany
Oh,
got a fresh face on. Ooh, love it, love it.
something different.
How are you ladies?
Ah,
Good, we're good.
yes, glad to
Good,
see.
good. I am so glad you are here to join me. So I'll kind of like give everyone kind of like background. So me and my random brain, I wake up and I'm thinking like, like this is the last week of the year and I'm getting ready to do like the what's in my cup for Monday. And I'm like, it'd be really good to kind of chat about how everyone's doing, how everyone's year is, and like how do you bring in this new year? Like we're not vision boarding. I think we've kind of like threw those out.
I see some people doing virtual vision boards.
You know,
I gotta touch it. I gotta touch it. And I miss like when we were with everyone.
mhm,
Yeah, no, it's not the same.
I
It's
know.
not. I actually like I have mine here because,
Yes, I
but when I look at it, I'm like, some of this stuff actually got done in
Hmm.
yes.
spite of everything. And so I said, who better to chat about that than you lovely ladies who started, well, I won't tell your story about how this year started. So everyone, I want to welcome you. I have the lovely ladies of Couples and Karaoke minus one, and they're going to talk to you and talk. We're going to talk about what's in their cup, how their cup went this year, and what they hope to add for next year. But ladies, please introduce yourself and your business.
Yes, well, I'm Brittany,
I'm Danielle.
and we make up
Oh,
2 out of 3 of
yes.
couples and karaoke. So couples and karaoke it started out as an event. So where we match singles by song choices. So they go to our website, fill out a form, and they pick like their, I think we did 5 favorite songs and some things about like themselves. So we can do like some matchmaking. And if the 2 people match, then they would perform at our event, which we did on Valentine's Day this year. So and then we let the audience participate, like if they want to be a one-hit wonder or go platinum. So it's kind of like a lot of people vibe. Some people did make connections and like really had a good time. It was a great event. We
It's
loved
like
it.
It really was. And it feels like when you said it was this year, it felt like it was like so long ago.
2020 is the
We
longest year
had it
ever.
right before the
Yeah.
town, so it was like that was like the last event of the year,
It was
basically,
like
and the year just
you
started.
can't do anything.
Right? Like literally, it was that. And then it was like it was over. Like
Exactly.
we were in the house.
Right. So, but it actually worked out for us. So, since everyone was quarantined, we're like, let's do something virtual. Instagram Live were really taking
Hmm.
over during quarantine. So right now, like on Fridays, we talk to singles and we like kind of sound off about dating right now, everything like the stresses of dating or like the successes of dating. We talk about that. We play games like karaoke
Have
and
coaches.
yeah, we do dating coaches, relationship experts come on and drop the gems. We love that. And on Tuesdays, we talk to couples, kind of giving the blueprint of what it is to be in love, how to find lasting relationships. So we're trying to give a little bit of everything for everyone.
Yes.
And like I love that. I love that you didn't let your brand and your business just stop. You didn't like give up because COVID was shutting everything down. You really said, how do we reinvent this and really connect with people? And I think that was awesome. to really have a space. I know I appreciate it on Friday, you know, after you, like, you're in the house, you're working from home or whatever, and you had somewhere to kind of come and be social and have fun. So I know I really appreciated Fridays.
Yep, and those
Yes.
comments would be lit. So we call it like the classroom. So
The classroom was hilarious. And you had some funny guests. Oh my gosh, oh my God, who was it that you used to have every Blanco?
Blanco,
Hilarious.
our favorite. The people love Blanco. Like, it would come crack jokes,
Yes.
maybe spit a little knowledge, a little rap verse. But it's funny.
It really is. And you know, it really helped the vibe and the energy of the year be positive.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But as you talk about, you know, you guys are really out there about love, relationship, and dating. And so instead of me starting off with coffee and convos, just telling me if you're a coffee person, if you're a tea person, I thought we'd kind of do a couples and karaoke edition.
Ooh, love that. Love a twist.
Yeah.
So for you listeners who are out there, so I like to start off by asking, are you a coffee person or a tea person? Because I believe, you know, our drink choice kind of reflects a little bit of our personality. So ladies, if you were going to mix together your perfect spouse, what would that drink look like?
Mm. Oh, that's a good one. Well, let's see. Of course, just personality traits, or like.
So like, I'll kind of go first. So when I thought about this, I said, what would kind of like, if I had to like name my perfect, like, yes, so I see my tea people out there. So definitely
Drink or two.
he would be like tea, but like a smooth tea, like a kind of like a rich, smooth tasting tea, because I got student loans. He needs to have some money. So it's like a rich, smooth tea, kind of like a bold flavor. So I like someone that's a little bold, but he need to have a little bit of honey in there for cut that boldness with a little bit of sweetness, have a little bit of softness there. So I would go with a nice black tea, which is smooth, bold, but has a little bit of sweetness.
Okay, got it. I like that. Okay, so mine is, I like my coffee black. Bold flavor. He has to have a big personality. Maybe a little bit of sugar, because I want him to be sweet, like nice, a nice personality, giving, little holy water in the air. Like, God, you know.
Not that tap water, that holy water.
Just dabble in
Just a
it.
little dab, just a little. Okay. And some flavor, you know, you gotta have a little swag to him. So,
Okay, so he got a little flavor in it. Okay. Got a little creamer with the flavor in it.
but just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Are we dating the same guy? Like,
Don't.
tea drinker. So I mean, I like my tea dark. But I have to add honey to it. Love honey in my tea. So it has to be sweet. Definitely strong. I love my tea strong. So like I like to let the bag sit in there for like I just sit with it. So I don't take it
Ooh,
out.
I love it.
2-3 minutes. I like my tea strong. Definitely has to be God-fearing. Good communication. Very important, especially as we get older. You know, people, and even just our generation, kind of lack communication. Everything is always like texting and one-word answers or 2-letter answers. And I'm not a mind reader. I can't guess how you're feeling. I don't do to guess how I'm feeling. Like I'm really I'm big on communication. Somebody who's understanding, but also can lead the way. Yes.
I love this right here. Vegan Friendly said, you seem spicy, like you need a ginger tea man. I like that. You know, a ginger tea man. A little spice to him.
I call him ginger tea man, yes, because I love ginger tea. Ginger tea is strong, but when you add it with honey, put some lemon in it, it's just right.
Okay.
I think that is absolutely perfect. And like a nice pot of coffee or tea, like you said, with communication, as long as that's there and it's brewing, that conversation can keep going on and on and on. So I think that's definitely super awesome. I love that. So maybe on your dating questionnaires, you can start asking people how they take their drinks.
Let's write that down. That's good.
So, ladies, you talked a little bit about this year and how you had to switch up with couples and karaoke. And so I thought we'd kind of start this conversation talking about, did this year go at all how you thought it would be? Did it go worse? Did it go better? I see the eye rolls. And I think we all have that feeling. So tell me a little bit about what crossed your mind.
So I mean, I just feel like, of course, like nobody was prepared for how this whole, like nobody thought we were still toward December, we were still going to be in a pandemic. Nobody was expecting to still, like me, I don't go out as much. Like I only go like to the store or when it's necessary. And it's like going to events, like now, you know, it's still like a little tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Don't feel like, I personally, I don't feel comfortable. So it's just like, now it's just, once we move forward, getting into that phase of, all right, now I can be around a crowd of people, or hopefully when COVID starts dying down,
That's going to feel so weird.
Yeah, yeah, it does. Like even when we were able to eat in restaurants, it was just like, ugh.
Right? Like sometimes like I'll watch TV shows and movies, right? And you start to feel triggered, like, okay, where's the mask? They're too close. Like
Watching the show in my head, I'm like, why does he have his mask on? Oh, wait.
Right?
But I mean, I'll definitely say like COVID, I don't want to say a blessing in disguise, because it's not a blessing at all, but it helped for just me personally, kind of develop like things that I was kind of like lacking on. Like I like to do photography on the side. So like I was like a little more, all right, researching like how I can edit better, or just certain things I can do. And even me, I'm a shy person. Like everybody knows I don't say much. I hate going on live. But once we were doing, like when we were doing couples and karaoke, we were doing it weekly, I just got better with it. Like I have more, so I can definitely say like COVID definitely brought that out with me. And then also I partnered with Aisha with Genius, something that I've never thought I would do. So yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Brittany, how about for you?
Yeah, I would say even just talking about like couples and karaoke, I mean, you know, at the start of the year, we already had plans to go to Atlanta, Philly. Like we was like, okay,
North
we're gonna do
Carolina.
this. We're gonna do a world tour. And
I was going to be the groupie in the back.
yes, right. You know, you would have been rolling with us. So the pandemic put a halt to all that, and it's just like I do feel like the pandemic kind of made us like shift and see how can we, you know, develop new ideas. How can we we have to think on your toes. I definitely feel like this experience of the pandemic really made you think like, what else can I do? What more can I do? Like, so you're not just sitting there being stagnant. Like you're still learning things, still trying to build your businesses. And I think that's a lot for a lot of people. I feel like I've seen so many new businesses pop up during quarantine. Because people are idle, like, what can I do? Like, you know, I need, you know, people lost their jobs, so they need to make jobs, like, but I definitely think for me, it definitely has given me just more time to like better my skills and just trying to like, what do I really want? Like, I feel like a lot of times, a lot of years, I've struggled with like, what do I want to do? Because I'm a Jane of all trades. Like,
she really is.
You have a lot of jobs.
A lot of jobs.
Anything and everything this girl can do.
Right. So like, it's a good thing and a bad thing because like, yes, you do everything, but who are you? Like, what do you do? Like, if somebody asks, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a creative, you know. So just kind of like hounding down on like what it is I want to do. Just not like you said, not like a blessing in disguise, but I feel like this time definitely like helped us all in a way.
And it's to like work on yourself and just
Yeah. Absolutely. Like, and I so resonate with that. And I also thought of it like 2020 was a blessing in disguise, and not taking away from people who had so much hardship this year and had so much loss. But it was interesting that within all that, I feel like I gained so much. Like, I feel like you both talked on, you know, being able to dabble in and grow the parts of me that I couldn't do because I had to work, or I couldn't do because I had to help this person, I couldn't do because of this. I really got to say, okay, well, what does Liz want? What does Liz want to do? And, you know, like you talked about being shy, Danielle, like I am a complete introvert, but like being at home, you get to be more like in your own space, in your own element. And so getting to like grow this podcast has been super fun because I didn't know that I would still be doing it here in December. I thought by December I'd be like all done, it's all over, no one's gonna listen. And just to see that people are still interested has been a journey. And so, like you both talked on, you know, getting to see businesses grow, even like businesses within myself, and kind of getting thinking about how can I continue to have a stream of revenue. And I don't think I would have been thinking in terms of that if 2020 didn't slow everything down.
Right.
There just wasn't time. And so I think that it is definitely a blessing in disguise, because we got to grow. And it's interesting to see how this year was so chaotic and so full of loss, but it also grew things. And I think that really shows us that even in a season of loss and a season of depression, things can be growing beneath the surface.
Come on.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true.
Yep.
I
Phil, he said that our Friday nights help bring joy to, like, Friday night permanently spent at home. And I know that for a lot of people, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like, we just had fun. Like, you know, this, especially
like
during the summer, it was so hard to go through this quarantine, like depressing, you know, people's going through. But I like that we was able to bring like joy and laughter in the midst of it all.
And we would have people like just, and it is good to see, like we had like our regulars like coming in all the time, where they would be like, "Where you guys at? Where you guys at?" When we were doing weekly, and then we switched to doing bi-weekly, and they were like, "Where are you guys at?" So I mean, it is like it's something that warms our hearts to just like, you know that we're doing this, and like it's affecting people.
Right. And it's interesting. And not that couldn't have grown if there was no COVID, but I think we really got to see how fast moving life was. And like there wasn't just that time and space to just slow down. And so that kind of brings me to, and I shout out, someone said that their business had started in 37 days. Congratulations, because that is not easy.
Congrats.
But that brings me to my next, where I wanted to talk about what did this year add to your cup? And so like, what do I mean by that is like literally, figuratively. So like when I really thought about like, what did this year add for me? I thought about like definitely self-care, like really taking time to say, okay, I need to check in with myself. Even if it was like as small as, okay, my alarm went off, but I want to lay here another 5 minutes. Like I'm like not going to be at the mercy of my alarm. Or like, you know what, I'm just not going to do anything on Sundays. I'm going to use that to feed into me. So definitely being intentional about that self-care. Definitely relationships. I felt like I built a lot of relationships this year with people. Had a lot of new relationships through people that came and guested and discussed on the podcast, or just like friends, and just relationships really developed.
Yeah.
And then just being authentic with myself about what I feel, what I stand on, what I want, just really being able to check in with myself. So if I had to say, like, this year really helped me to add self-care, authenticity, and just relationships. When you think about what this year added, in spite of everything it might have taken, what did it add for you guys?
For me, I would say 2020 has definitely added, what's the word? Like I was able to like pay off some of my credit card bills through 2020. Like,
girl, let me tell you, that zero interest.
I go out.
That, and you know, I wasn't working, so I was collecting unemployment for a good chunk of this quarantine and pandemic. So that definitely helped me so much. Like I was able to pay like two of the three of them off that was like been burden on me for like a long time. Cause like those interest rates, please, by the time you pay that minimum,
girl,
then exactly
you're back. It's like nothing happened.
Right?
So it was definitely helpful in that sense. I think definitely growing my relationship with God too. Like I was able to join, like, you know, me and you are in like face to face with like a Bible study group that we meet. But just trying to like, definitely 2020 has tested our faith. Like,
girl, like it was definitely a walk by faith year. Like you didn't know what was happening.
You didn't know.
Murder hornets, elections, COVID here, COVID gone. Like you didn't know.
Girl.
Yeah, please. And when COVID hit our family, it was like,
yes.
It was really like a rough.
but we made God, like, you know, my grandma's good and everything, but 2020 has definitely like challenged us in so many ways.
Tested.
But definitely like financially, it has helped me. That's like something in my faith. And definitely just trying to brush up on my skills more. Just things.
Love that.
I would say for me, definitely growth. I would say also, like what I spoke about earlier, how I'm such an introvert, just I guess opening up more, coming out of my shell, and just speaking more. Definitely learning new skills. And same thing as far as like with the credit card, like I was able to pay off, I think like 3 of my credit cards, which was
Let me tell you, God really opened some financial doors in
uh,
this year. Let me tell you, like, I know it is hard out there, and my heart goes out to those that struggled. But like, I really saw God work on my finances this year, and I'm like, yo, like Jesus, this is the opposite. Like, you couldn't have done this like last year. Like, you know what I mean?
and definitely like even just like what I want, like even just dating wise, like what is it that I want? What is it that I'm not going to settle for, and things like that. So yeah, so like I feel like now that we're entering a new year, turning 30, and you know they say like once you turn 30, it's like things are different, and it's just like what is it now that I'm 30? It's like we gotta kick it up a notch. Like what am I gonna do differently to that I didn't do when I was in my 20s that I'm gonna do differently? You know.
Let me tell you, so turning 30 this year. So like January hit, I'm like, oh Lord, this is a year, everything's gonna fall into place. I'm 30. Everything is gonna be like no more unexpected. Like this is everything is gonna go on plan. And then just COVID. Just COVID. Just COVID.
I mean, and also like what you were saying with like with self-care, definitely like I mean I have my days where some days I'm just like, you know what, I just need to lay in bed and not do anything today, just for like my and it's okay. It's okay to have those days. Like some days I'll wake up 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock. That's okay.
Absolutely. And I think that before there was like this pride in being busy. And like, I think a lot of us, our mental health, our emotional health really suffered. But like, it really is just that simple of just saying, well, like, I just need to lay here. I just need to take another nap. I just need to just not answer my phone or be on social media. Like, it's really just those little things to check in with yourself.
And that's so true. And I would tell Bert like all the time, like she's like she said she's a Jada of all trades. Like, and there was a time like she was just doing so much, and I'd be like, you know what? Turn your phone off. Just take a break. Turn your phone off. Take a nap. Like,
how did you do with that? I have to say, like,
I have to get it done, and a lot of times, sometimes I struggle with procrastination.
Oh, that's another thing too. Yes.
So I'm hoping I don't bring that into 2021. I always say that, but
you know, it's crazy. I feel like I work better when I'm under pressure with procrastinating, and I feel like
deadline.
You work at your own pace, and you're going to be more comfortable working at your own pace in 2021.
That's the one. Yeah.
And being okay with saying no.
Yeah.
That's another thing too.
Listen, oh my gosh. So like because of COVID, that was my excuse. Like, oh, like, you know, can't help you right now. Cause no. And so I'm hoping to kind of like, since I've kind of built that habit of saying no, of really setting that boundary going into 2021, because it's important. Like you talked about self-care. And it's not selfish. It's about setting that boundary, and it's okay to say no.
Yeah, I had to learn that because I feel like I don't put up boundaries a lot, whether it be with work or with friends. So that's something I had to learn too. And then even eventually I had to drop a project because it was just too much for me. So, and I don't know if they understand or not, but I just had to do it for me, you know?
Yeah. Doing it for you. I love that. And like Chaotic says, I relate finding what I'm capable of and what I want. And I think that's important because sometimes, again, with things being so busy, people will tell you what you're good at or tell you what you can or shouldn't have. And like when you slow down, you really get to see what are you capable of and what it is that you really want.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so, ladies, going into kind of like 2021, what do you want to grow into your cup or put into your cup? So like if you were making the perfect cup of coffee or tea and it was going to be the 2021 blend, what would you add to it? What would you remove from it? Like what would that look like?
Husband. Husband number one. Listen, go ahead.
I would just think like just me, I guess like with me, some certain things I'm not confident with. So I would just definitely say like I want to have more confidence in certain things that I'm doing. Like I know what I'm doing, but it's just like, I'm hesitant about it.
I tell her that all the time.
She tells me that all the time.
Cause she can take good pictures. She has a whole camera, deluxe camera. People will be like, "Oh, take my picture." I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna come out right. I'm like, stop putting yourself down. Like that comes like your work. Stop.
Yeah, it's just me just building my confidence up. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, I want to work on like I guess my speech, like how I speak, but especially like even doing interviews. I have this tendency with my eyes. I roll my eyes a lot. So I want to work on that and just keep doing research and just building my skills. That's really what I'm trying to get this money. I'm trying to be where the money resides.
Listen, where the money resides, that's in my cup.
Yes.
But I love that. I love how you talk about just being more confident. And I think that that's such a hard and delicate balance because you want to be confident but humble at the same time. But I think that you have to be sure in, I am good at this. Yeah. And I know what I'm doing. And sometimes like that starts here. And like even with myself, like there's things that people tell me I'm good at and I'm like, oh, I'm not that good. But then like I'm like, no, like I am good at this. And sometimes that just starts in just being able to take compliments better. So like I'm trying to work on like if someone's like, oh, you're good at that, like instead of like deflecting, be like, oh, like it's okay. Like, no, oh, thank you. I do that well.
I'm not like, oh, really? Like I'm just like, I don't know. And then like recently I took my my friend's her engagement pictures and I shocked myself on what I did. Oh, I couldn't believe it, but definitely let me like trying to build my confidence. Damn, there was another thing I was going to say, but I just can't remember. But go ahead.
Yes, I mean I can work on that too. Like just having or believing when people say like, oh, you're good this because you're good in this. Like some people ask me to do things. I'm like, why are they coming to me? And I'm like,
why do you think that's so hard? Like as 3 young Black women, like why is that so hard to just believe that like you got this?
Yes. And we definitely have to work on that. Like people come to you because you are good at what you do.
Yeah.
And we have to like accept that.
Yeah.
We're going to hold each other accountable and make sure we grow in that area.
We'll be able to like learn more. So that way the skills are still building. So
and definitely like I feel like I just need to make sure all of my businesses are like legit, like LLC and trademarks and everything. I just want to make sure that is really up and going in 2021. But I feel like people are like, oh, you have a business? I'm like, yeah, something. I mean, it's not really a business. Like, no, like we have businesses, like we're growing. And we
businesses with an S on it.
That part. So making everything like legit this year for sure. I mean, relationship wise,
if you are my strong ginger tea with lemon and honey,
my bowl coffee.
We gotta start going to the tea shops and the coffee shops.
I mean, what's up?
Make sure you wear your mask.
That's something I'm looking forward to it in 2021.
I love it.
Black love.
Yes.
I love it. And we have some really good ones here in the comments. So we have Peace, Love, CMOS, Tell me more about that sea moss. Like, what does that add? What does that do? What do you do with the sea moss? But that sounds like a really good cup.
Yes, I put sea moss in my tea too. I would also just like health. Health is another thing.
Yeah.
Listen, because we see that the government and that healthcare, it'd be a little shaky.
Yeah.
So you gotta go back to Mother Earth, see how you can heal yourself.
Yeah, just feeling good about myself inside and out. Like, I just want to feel good, like working out mentally, physically. Just, we got to do that for sure.
Right? Absolutely. We also have a cup that has happiness and validation. Right. I love that. Because sometimes you have to like validate yourself and not wait for other people to do it. Because people will tell you your stuff isn't good just because they can't do it or they can't do it as well.
And then they'll still watch you while you do it.
Oh, girl.
They'll be sitting on the sidelines like,
Right. With the spice of growth. Absolutely. I think still building upon the growth that started in 2020 and like building on it for the next year. Oh, thank you, lovely PJ. Y'all are phenomenal. You're phenomenal too. All the benefits listen, I not only need the mental health benefits, I need the financial benefits of 2021. You know what I mean? So that is definitely what I need in my life. So if I had to make my cup for 2021, I would definitely, like you said, I want to keep growing relationships. Lord, I only want the relationship of a man if he got some money.
You got to be clear.
Like, just I don't mind the relationship, Lord. Just he got to bring something. Just got to bring something.
Oh, no. God didn't send you.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying I know better than Jesus, but I'm just saying. But I definitely, like everyone said, the peace, love, joy, and it's weird not having all like the stuff in 2020. I don't want so much stuff. I mean, stuff is nice. I still want stuff. But I definitely want to grow some of that internal stuff that we talked about, like that validation that starts on the inside, being able to be a helper to someone else, peace, love, laughter. Definitely those inside traits, I hope definitely grow more.
Yeah, for sure. Talk about it. For sure.
Ladies, I so appreciate this. This was super fun. Everyone, please go and check out Couples and Karaoke. But ladies, please tell the listeners, what do you have going on? Where can they find you? What can they expect next from you, ladies?
Go ahead.
So like we said, we're 2 of 3 of Couples in Karaoke. So you can follow us. I know our @ is up top, but it's Couples with a K, KOUPLES, and Karaoke. We have our website that we're working on updating, and because we're planning to do a virtual Couples and Karaoke event in February.
Ooh.
Oh, listen, a whole year since our first one. It has to be virtual, but we're going to make it happen.
Season of Love,
Valentine's Day weekend. So we're working on that. Hopefully make the announcement within the next week or so. So you definitely find us on Instagram. Like you said, on Fridays we go live at 8 p.m. usually. And on Tuesdays, we go live like 8:30 p.m. EST time. So that's what we're working on with Couples and Karaoke. You can follow also my podcast. That's SERIESLY, Seriously Podcast, where we talk about web series, usually created by Black creators. We recap them and just have a lot of fun with them. So those are it. And Prospect Park series on Instagram. That's
I told y'all she had a lot of businesses
that I'm doing right now.
Jane of all trades.
Look, Black Chocolate Office, Chocolate Box Office. That's different. But you can follow my bio, hey.Brittany with 2 Y's, and everything's there.
You want to leave your phone number too?
616. I got things going.
Are the DMs open, as you like to say, on Couples and Karaoke?
DMs are open. The DMs are open, I guess. Expressing love. Yes, DMs are open. Go ahead.
So wow, I just lost what I was gonna say. Damn, how do I follow up with that?
Genius.
Yeah, oh yeah, so I am one of two. Can I talk? I'm one of two for Genius. So what it is, like a music education, really for independent artists, music artists out there. So if you or somebody you know is an independent artist and you're trying to get their music out there, we do interviews on Thursdays, Genius Talks, and on Mondays we do recaps for like news and entertainment. So it's Genius, J-E-G. Oh, Jesus, Lord.
Long day. It's a long day. We almost going into New Year's.
GENEUS, that's on Instagram. And then also I do photography. So you can follow me _Meeks with 2S. So yeah. So
I love that. And we have someone else saying my cup is filled with consistency, boldness with a capital, self-love, growth, and spending more time with God. That is an awesome cup. Consistency is big. I kind of like slacked off here and there with the consistency this year, so we hope to grow more of that.
Listen, and with 2020, it's okay if you slacked off.
It's okay.
It's okay if you slacked off with anything at this point.
Like,
I'm gonna take that. I'll appreciate that.
It's okay.
It's okay. Like we don't have the pressure. Like 2020 was a rough year. So
like all those, if you didn't come out with a hustle or if you didn't come out with something, then you ain't got the hustle in you. It's okay. Like our job was really to survive this year.
Yes.
Like it really was. Like if you made it through 2020, just like even if like your pinky toe just made it, like you made it. Like put on your party hat tomorrow, celebrate, and like bring in the new year with some love, peace, whatever you need. Like check in with yourself, check in and say like, what do I need? What do I need to get me through this day? What do I need to get through this minute, this moment? But definitely check in with yourself. If you didn't take anything away from 2020, really check in with yourself, because I think it was a rough year. It was a roller coaster year. And there were times it was just like, am I going to be okay? Am I not going to be okay? And so I think you really need to do just even the smallest things. Like, again, like you said, Danielle, just there were some days you just needed to get up at 12 or get up at 2. Like you said, Brittany, say no to projects. Like there's just sometimes you just need to do those things for yourself.
Take a mental health day.
Make sure your cup is filled, okay?
Right? Because we want it to run over, like the word says, so you could pour into somebody else, right? We want to be cup fillers, okay?
Yes, we do.
And that's why I need my husband to be a cup filler, okay?
Hello.
So tag a husband in this so we can get the cups.
Wait, are your DMs open?
You can send them. Honestly, because I'm just not in a mental space to just be dating right now. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm not.
What? Ooh. So do you mind if I have a follow-up question?
Oh, Blanco's in the building.
Hey, Blanco.
Go ahead.
Oh, hi. What would it take for your cup to like be filled so that you felt like your DMs could be open? What do you feel like your cup needs?
I just feel like for me, I know it's like the cliche thing to say is like I'm focused on me, but I'm really like I'm focused on me. I'm not like I was dating. I'm not looking to date right now.
So what?
And you know what? Like, I don't think that's cliche, and I hope we like normalize that in like 2021. Like there is just sometimes where like you want to be a better you because you want to attract that in someone else. Like you definitely attract what you're giving off. And I think that that's okay. I think that's okay.
Yeah, no, God has to personally say, Danielle, I sent this man for you.
Girl, that is the truth right there.
He didn't say, if it's not in my dreams, then nope.
Right.
Dreams, then no.
We don't want devil sent. We want heaven sent.
Oh, that's the one. Show you right.
Ladies, listeners, have a very happy new year. Be safe. Thank you so much. When is the next time Couples and Karaoke is going to be on Friday?
Next Friday, the 8th, we're coming back. We're doing like a versus. So we're going to have it's a Keisha Cole Ashanti theme-ish. we'll be doing. So we'll be doing like trivia, guess the song. It's super dope. So definitely check us out next Friday at 8:00 on the 8th.
Awesome. We
We
have
get
some
comments in here though.
Go ahead, Brittany, take over.
Yes. Why does it require justification for a woman to not be on a manhunt?
Ooh.
Like, I feel like we have always gotta be like, well, I'm not looking because X, Y, and Z. Like, why can't we just be, I'm chilling.
I'm literally chilling right now.
Right? Absolutely.
You have to do you first before you can give yourself to others. That's number one.
Right. You got to do like Danielle said in the beginning. You got to steep that tea till you're nice and you're at the right temperature. You've steeped long enough, right?
Hello. Mm-hmm. And Blanco says, your cup half empty or half full? I'm half full. But that was great.
Absolutely. Any other questions? Those were like great questions. Like any other questions? If you have any other questions, save them. Go over to Couples and Karaoke Friday the 8th at what time?
8 o'clock. 8
8 o'clock, and drop your questions in the classroom because I'll be there. I hope to see y'all there. And have a very happy New Year.
Yes.
Happy New Year.
Happy Bye.
Thank you so much for having us.
Bye.
Thank you.
Ooh, thanks, Phil.